actually added the word wireless music system, and at least this time, after their 5th visit in a year and a half, are starting to break content down. So it's good. It's a very good example of a little bit carving out the value proposition. Here we have anxiety, no incentives. Good job. Done this 15,000 times, but can't even read my own slides. People confuse incentives with value proposition. What are we going to do? What am I going to sell? How am I going to increase my sales? I discount. We spoke about it yesterday, and I'll give you a very good example. Do not discount. If your first reflex is to discount, you just don't know how to communicate the value proposition. When we work with our customers for the first time, they say, Ivan, try to help us improve how we do our sales. In sales, I mean like, yo, buy one, get one free. That's what I mean by sales. I'm like, okay, you want to do that? You, vice president? So I know that I actually need to do the exact opposite. Develop your value proposition. Why is this product so good? How does it position? How does it differentiate? How does it help you in your lives? How does it improve your experiences? What does it resolve? Okay, and then friction. I'm gonna start accelerating because this is the most interesting part, and then I'll just skip through a lot of stuff that's super interesting as well later. Friction is very important. There's 2 types of frictions that you want to understand. We generally understand one, we don't understand the other one. Friction are the things, the usability, the elements that get in the way, right? Something like this, big nav form, etc., really bumps people off. You don't know where to find something, you don't know what an element of navigation is. Like, geez, where's that button? Happens to my mom all the time. And I go, Mom, you see the tiny little tick box that's in the bottom on the left-hand corner, the one that says approve terms and conditions? She goes, no. I said, are you wearing your glasses? She goes, no. I said, put them on. Now do you see it? Yes. Okay, you tick that, and then the Air France button will light up and say complete your transaction. Friction. Of course, the French always have a tendency of doing things a little bit different. I have 2 examples of my beloved airline company, Air France. It was an absolutely fantastic company in the 1980s. The stewardesses were beautiful. Of course, I am French. I must make a sexist comment. It would not be normal if I did not. Unfortunately, it's still the same airline stewardesses today, so it's not exactly the same experience. That said, you will see that this module right here is the ability to search for a product or a fare, correct? Where is the call to action? So I enter my airports. I sort of don't know where the freaking dates are. Where am I going to click? Well, the biggest one right here is see prices on map. Great. So when we redesign a website, there's a bunch of people that sit around a table and start writing their functional requirements. And then again, there's a vice president of marketing and goes, I got a freaking awesome idea. Check this out. We put all our prices on a map. Because of course, when we do a rate search, we have no freaking idea where we want to travel. We just want to see all of the destinations on the globe and go, you know what? Forget that weekend in Paris. Let's go to Beijing. That's okay, because you know what? Just in case you wanted to understand what the components of distractive friction are, social media. But that's okay, because the Frenchman had a vision. No. So you basically look, and you basically use Facebook to go, look at how these guys are so stupid. Check this out, dude. Unusable. Fantastic strategy. So well done. Technology is absolutely awesome. There's no point in using your brains anymore. The components of friction are basically taking things that are very complex and look difficult and trying to reorganize them to make them look a little bit less, well, difficult. And that subconscious element leads to, when you test them, this is exactly the same as that. This is the same as that. Good. Just made 25% more money that year. Good. Right? That's all it is. Just care. Don't be a dirty little piggy. Be a clean little person. Don't forget these 3 components. Anxiety are the things that make me doubt the product. Things that make me doubt the brand, who you are, who am I transacting with. But the third one that everybody has a tendency of forgetting is the logistics, the ability to deliver the product or service. If you don't put a delivery time on your website for your product, your sales will nosedive. Right? It's as simple as that. The logistics, the ability to understand how the service or the product gets delivered. Yesterday we saw the value fulcrum. This is where your common sense starts kicking in. Always give me a reason here of greater perceived benefit to overcome the negatives. friction and anxiety. In other words, you can have the world's worst website and ask for the most amount of personal information. If I am the only one that sells the iPhone 6, I will be selling a lot because your motivation and the value proposition is insane and I won't have to discount. The hardest thing is to work on that value proposition. You don't believe me that that's true? Value proposition is the only thing that drives e-commerce. The rest is bollocks. Let's take an example. Here's a box. Did the box show up? Yeah. There's a box. I am selling you what is in that box. Now, normally when I plan it, I actually take my bag and I go inside this bag. But this one, there is an object and I will sell it to you for 6,000 liu. Did I say it right? No? Okay. Yes? That was embarrassing, right? It's happened to me before. I will sell it to you for £1,000. To get it in local currency, multiply it by 6.
Fine.
Who's going to buy the content of that box or who's going to buy the content of my bag? Raise your hands. I'm serious, huh? I do take credit cards. No? £1,000? No? Good. Let's bring in what everybody else does, the concept of incentive. I will discount it by 10%. Who wants to buy the content of the box for £900? Multiplied by 6 for local currency. Anybody? No? So why do you keep discounting at Christmas and at summer and at springtime? Not going to really change your sales now, is it? Okay, fine. I'm going to discount it for 30%. Any takers at 70? No? Okay, discount it a little bit more, 40%. Right now, all I'm doing is pissing revenue away. Right? Incentives don't really work. Now, I've discounted it to £400. You know what? We need to do that brand legitimacy. Bang! Let's bring in the anti-anxiety. Boom. Ah. Do I have a taker? How would you know that it's not an Apple TV for £69? I don't know it's Apple. Oh my god, this is why I hate Apple. I don't know if it's the products or the users, actually. I'm kidding, I love the users. They're so influential. Anxiety, I added the product for 100 quid. Even the new Apple Watch costs less than that. Oh, buy 2. No! Even anxiety and anti-anxiety isn't enough to sell. I don't know what's next. It's all about value proposition. If you cannot describe and explain what's in the frickin' box, you're just pissing revenue away. Even your branding money shoots through the door. Yes, even Apple is getting a lot of competition. All right, so we understand why value proposition is so important. At the end of the day, and I'm not going to repeat it, I'm going to try to cut this short to jump to a couple of other things, but when you want to work on conversion, we understood yesterday that everything is a script, right? Everything is a storyline. So this is a very complex and expanded ad promise. You're not buying from these people, you interact, and then you have your landing page. And the landing page has to respect the 3 questions, which are, where am I? What can I do here? And why should I do it? Exactly. So this is the landing page. So let's decompose the landing page, because obviously National Express, which is a very big brand, has way too much money that they don't care about. So the positioning statement found out our lowest rates. Now I came from a very specific ad promise, which said UK £2 coach seat sale. First question, where am I? Tell me that you are 100% sure that you're in the right place. Are you 100% sure you are in the right place? The answer is no. As soon as the answer is no, you're already starting to lose visitors and customers. That's it. Let's break it down. Right here I have a paragraph of text that explains a whole bunch of things. I am starting to put in a little bit of friction. There's no added value to my offer in doing this, and even worse, I am putting together 2 components of friction, a big block of text, and then the second element, which is a distracting block. In my user journey that's supposed to do this, I have 2 links that says, if you cannot find the places that you are going to, click here. I was like, dude, I didn't even finish the story. It's a little bit like if you walk into a store like The Gap, and they go, oh, by the way, if you want to see our sales, it's somewhere else. I was like, I don't even know what you have in your store. Then we look at this right here. It says, choose your desired locations. Think about this. Choose your desired locations. Now, 2 drop-down menus, from and to. Can you tell me what is behind or below this drop-down? What am I going to find?
Cities.
Cities. What else?
Bus stations.
Say it louder so I can hear you. Bus stations. What else? Pardon? Countries. So you see, states, boroughs, they call them. Boroughs. So I live in a borough. The point is that, no, I led you on. You will find cities behind it, but are you 100% sure? Then, of course, there's the ability to have single or return and see tickets and prices. I came from a sale, a £2 sale, and now you're just going to show me prices? Well, dude, we're not going to get along very well here. Then, of course, we go, actually, if they don't want to take the bus or the coach, let's just show them the train. Then you have the marketer that was sitting at this meeting and goes, you know what, I also did a deal with Booking.com, so in case all this really, really sucks, we can send them to Booking.com and make an affiliate commission. And then, of course, you have the guy that has to be at every single marketing meeting says, you know what, this page is so bad, you really want to share it. You remember the slide with the matrix? What did I say? They're people. And if you want to increase conversion, you need to care.
Stop
So
being
you know
selfish.
what? Let's care.
Stop being selfish.
Very good. So let's start making a couple of modifications. Where am I? You can say it. Don't worry. I know you have a terrible English accent, but hey, I have an American one, which is the worst of all. So, where am I? I'm at the sale. Is there any doubts of where I am? No? Fantastic. Right here, how about this? Select your departure city and select your destination city. I'm turning things into a very specific, tangible, and quantifiable reflex decision. When I'm going to click on the drop-down menu, what am I going to find?
Cities.
Am I going to find boroughs? No. Am I going to find the name of bus stations? No. Are you 100% sure of what you're going to get? Yes. Very good. Why? Because we care. Okay. Remember when we were looking at how attention functions? Well, you need to understand in the way that your eyes work, they carry momentum. In other words, if I'm doing this, I actually have to put opposite energy to stop that movement. Your eyes is the same. You want to leverage the way that your eyes are moving. We actually do very simple things such as counting the number of times the eye needs to change direction in order to be able to understand the level of effort taken to consume content. It's completely artificial, works incredibly well. Well, in this case, we are leveraging two principles. One, momentum from left to right, and then we are leveraging the number of spots. Reflex decisions.